Hello there. I am RedmondStache. And today, instead of having a game video for you, I've got a little something special, because I got a little something special. I got this in the mail just recently. I imported it from Japan. It's a set of Monster Hunter figure builders, and I love these things. And this is the first set that I've actually gotten an entire box of. It's looking like a really good set from what I've seen of it. It doesn't have any monsters I don't like. So I figured, since I really want Gogmazios here, I figured I would just get the entire set since I like everything in it. And there's something that I really, really want and don't want to miss out on. Now, I've gotten plenty of Monster Hunter figure builders before. They're really cool figures. They look great, especially for their cost. I've picked a few up from Comic-Con, where Capcom usually has a booth with them, and other companies also tend to have booths with them. And I've also gotten a couple from a local Asian supermarket, which happens to have a section for imported toys and figures. And they get some of these every once in a while as well, so I've gotten some before. I pretty much know what I'm getting into here. But I figure since I've got this whole box here, I might as well unbox it for you guys. So, let's go ahead and get to that. So, here we are. We've got this lovely box on the front. We can see the little strip that we're supposed to open, as well as some designs. Little thing saying that if you get all of the figures, basically each one's got a piece for a bonus figure, in this case a clear plastic Zenogre. Got more images of what we can expect. We've got Gogmazios, we've got Orochi Kirin, we've got a Black Gravios. On the back, a lot of just information that doesn't really matter to us. Other side, we've got Raging Bracky, Rusted Kushala, and White Monoblos. On top, as you've seen before, we've got the Bracky, we've got the Gog, we've got once again, the acknowledgement that there's a bonus figure, and on the bottom we've got absolutely nothing. So let's go ahead and open this up. And you'll have to forgive me for being a bit slow at this. I'm kind of reaching around a box since I don't actually have a tripod for this camera, which is actually just my phone. And this is kind of not the easiest thing in the world to do when looking through. I don't even care about this box. I'm taking everything out of it anyway. Yeah, trying to, instead of looking directly at it, I have to go by the video. So basically, I'm seeing this from the same angle as you are. So inside, we've got 6 boxes. Each one's got a figure in it. So let's move everything out of the way. Get over here. And pop open this first box. So yeah, once again, they've all got the same thing. This time in color though, so you can really get a feel for what we've got. So, without further ado, let's pop open this first one, see what we got in here. Chances are very good that if you get a whole box like I've done, you'll get every figure in the set. And it looks like we have the Rusted Kushala. So they come in pieces, that's why it's called a figure builder. I'll go ahead and put that together, and it looks like we've got the front legs of the Zenogre. So it's a lovely little teal color. I was expecting it to be more of a green, so that's nice. So as far as putting these together goes, usually if you just tear around here, okay, that didn't work as well as I had hoped. But sometimes if you get a good tear, you can actually get the entire thing open without needing to tear multiple times. But that's not the case this time. That's why I tore it the wrong spot. See, like that, that's what we wanted. Don't want to lose this little piece here, because that's the stand that'll be holding the cushy up. So let's get rid of that plastic. There you go. Yeah, a lot tougher doing this through a phone instead of with my eyes. but it works. Looks like the Kushal is mostly assembled, just gotta fit this wing into that slot. There we go. Oh, no we don't. Okay, I'm gonna just take this off camera real quick. Get it in there. Come on. They sometimes are a little bit tough to actually get together, but that's because you're not supposed to use glue or anything. You just kind of fit them together and then they stay. So, here we are. He's all fitted up. And then we take this bit and insert it into his chest so that he will be able to remain aloft once we get him onto his base. So these bases are different than from the older sets. This is why they're called Figure Builder Plus nowadays, because they're modular. You can fit them together and you can also put the figures pretty much wherever on them you can. So there's the Cushy. That's one figure done. So let's break into this next one. See what we get. Okay. Looks like we got Zinogre's tail here. And we've got the Kieran. Looks like he's got a little bit of extra ice for us to put in front of him. That's neat. And let's whip that open. So, get out here. And looks like they actually want us to impale him on this ice spike. So let's go ahead and do that. How is this supposed to go in? Is it... I think we're supposed to maybe do this? No? How do you want to go? Sometimes these are a bit more difficult to figure out than others. Maybe... No, that's definitely wrong. So, this ice spike is clearly meant to go into his chest, but I can't see how this would provide much extra support. And unfortunately, the box doesn't show how it's supposed to go. So sometimes it's a bit trial and error with these things. This clearly doesn't fit into him anywhere. It just goes on the stand, I'm sure. And yeah, like, this is definitely not right. I can tell you that right now. Maybe it's supposed to be like a diagonal thing. I don't know. This looks like it could be right. Let's see if we can slot him into this base anywhere. Also, it looks like his little hoof bends a bit. Because you see, these are supposed to both actually point straight into the base. So let's go ahead and just try to slot him in somewhere. Gonna get this unruly foot in first, if I can. It's really not wanting to go. Maybe if I use just a different slot. This pony is giving me more trouble than it should, but that went in. That means we can just do this, and then, yeah, I guess, oh, that came out. There we go. Yeah, I guess that's how it's supposed to be. And then we can just put this extra ice in there. There. We've got us a Kieran with some ice. So, off he goes. Away, away, go! Alright. Let's rip open this next one now. What have we got this time? Looks like we've got the Monoblos. And we've got the Zinogre's upper torso, at least. Looks like they split him more than I expected. And the Monoblos is one where we just get to stick it straight on the base. No building required for this figure. That is another thing. They call them figure builders, but some of them you just slap on a base. Others you just put one little part in and then slap it on a base. And you don't need any glue or anything, as much as they call it a figure builder. It's more just a figure assemble a little bit. And there we go. White Monoblos. Nice and cool. And away. Oh, this feels a little bit heavier than the last few. Hopefully it'll have something more interesting in it. And we've got the black Gravios and Zinogre's back legs. So, looks like Gravios we get to stick his wings on. So, here's the base. There's some wings. And here is the figure. So, he's got some lovely red bits. Looks like this is a pin and socket here, so generally I find it easier to put the one with the socket in first, so that goes on this side. Yeah, that fit in nice and easy. So then we go for the pin. Gonna take this off camera for a moment because the pins are usually tougher. Yeah, this is, might actually need to do the other way first. Yeah, looks like doing the pin first was the way to go for this one. And there we go. That is a black Gravios. Fully assembled. Just gotta get those two pegs into the base. Really just anywhere they fit. And there we go. One freestanding black Gravios. Should have spun the other guys around too, but oh well. And in this one, what do we have? We've only got the two most important figures left, and it looks like we've got the Raging Bracky here. And here is where they've secreted away the extra base for the Zinogre, because they do have to have a base for that guy too. Which means that with Gogmazios, they've packaged the Zinogre rump. Or head, maybe, because, yeah, I don't see a head on here. Oh yeah, the rump is with the back legs. That makes sense. Alright, so, Raging Bracky. Got a lovely little pose. He can even stand freely. That's always nice to see. Get out of here. This little peg is just to hold him up, give him a little bit of extra support. Stick it right in there. And if we can actually get it in. It might be fitted. Let's actually look at it with our eyes. Okay, no, it's just put the round peg into the round hole. Yeah. It's just a little bit of a tight fit. And there we go. So let's actually get that peg where I can see it. All right. And let's get him in. Oh, yeah, his right foot just doesn't have a peg, so that's why they give us that extra. So, get that all slotted in, and here we go. Got us a lovely Raging Bracky. Which means that the final figure is Gogmazios, unless we are horridly unlucky, because chances are very much towards getting all the figures. So let's pop this open, and that is a Gogmazios, as well as a little Zinogre head. So let's get this Gogmazios open, because I know I kind of want it. Kind of the main reason that I got the full set. And let's start off by grabbing this arm. And then, oops, then we can grab the base, and this arm, and then the big lug himself. So, looks like we just gotta stick the arms on. Nice and easy. Oops. And then this one goes in here. And there we go. We've got us a lovely Gogmazios. He can also stand freely. He's got some nice support with his tail and his two outstretched hands. They don't have pegs, so it's just the feet. Meaning that he is going to be nice and easy to slot in here. Just gotta get the two foot pegs in, and there we go. Nice and simple. Yeah. So, that's all of these guys, which leaves the bigger project, assembling this Zinogre. Oops. And I will assemble this Zinogre off screen. And in the meantime, well, I guess there is no meantime for you guys, so see you in just a moment with the completed product. Alright, so as you can see here, I have finished building this clear plastic Zinogre. It's actually the same sculpt as a non-clear plastic version of this figure that I've gotten before. So I was actually a little concerned about fitting it into this base, since it was from back before they had Figure Builder Plus bases. But thankfully, with a little bit of stretching, I was able to actually get him to sit on it properly. And as you can see back there, those bases can interlock. That's another special thing about the Figure Builder Pluses. I actually really like that because it saves a bit on space, rather than just having a bunch of circular bases jammed wherever you can. Having them actually interlock cuts down a little bit on the space taken, as well as actually makes them nice and stable and cohesive. So, just giving you a spin of the whole thing. Yeah, look at that. I really enjoy these things. They look great. The paint is pretty neat, except on these clear ones, which don't have any. But yeah, the paint job is good. The figures themselves are pretty neat. And they look great lined up on a shelf, which is why I've bought probably far too many of them, but honestly, when they're this cool, it can be worth it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this unboxing. I know I'm going to enjoy looking at these things up on my shelf next to all my others. And I will see you later when I play another game next week. Well, actually, I'll probably be... Well, no probably about it. I will be doing the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate tomorrow. So, see you then, friends.